Right, so why are we not getting results? Me included. So I'm a fitness professional. If anyone's watching this video, I just wanted to talk about real kind of existing barriers, blocks, if I can say so. So the main thing that is standing in our way of achieving anything is us, our brain, basically. So imagine, you've probably been in a situation where you decide, okay, this year I'm gonna get ridiculously fit, I'm gonna build muscle, I'm gonna get lean, I'm gonna lose weight or whatever it is. And yeah, you stay consistent for a while, you're doing good, you get some good feedback from your friends, you get good feedback from yourself by actually achieving something, doing something on a consistent basis. But then, more often than not, we get in a problem where you run against real world problems. And with real world problems, I also include our own mindsets. So I've been in the fitness game, I've been a fitness professional for quite some time. I'm also qualified personal trainer and group exercise instructor. I pretty much tried every single thing over 10 years of my career. I've been doing some weightlifting, I've been doing calisthenics, handstands, mobility, you name it. I've studied the human body from the inside out. And then we get to the question, do I have something to show for it? To an extent, I'm fairly fit. I would consider myself a fairly healthy adult, but at the same time, if I would have been consistent with one thing over this whole time I've been doing fitness, I probably would be ridiculously fit or jacked if I would stick with one thing. But the problem is I've been dabbling into so many different types of training. So gymnastic type of training, trying to learn planche or front lever. I've got down some good handstands, mobility. I almost got my splits. Then I dwelled into some yoga. Actually, for 4 years I used to be a yoga instructor, so that's actually how all my interest in fitness industry started out. The only thing with yoga was that it kind of wasn't really, the yoga community is not very science-based. I know there's few people who are very scientific and whatnot and all that stuff. So eventually I went down the route of kind of digging deeper with mobility and all that stuff. So I learned a lot. I can name almost every single muscle in the human body. I know what they do, all the complex interactions between different types of muscles to stabilize, for example, your shoulder, and common issues and how to solve them and all that stuff. But I've never been consistent with one thing to get any meaningful results. I've been building muscle for quite some time, or at least trying to build muscle, but then again, I'm gonna admit I'm a personal type that gets very anxious about things. And I think one of the most common problems, and I believe a lot of people eventually encounter anxiety, right? So there's multiple reasons why people get anxious. For example, me, I'm very anxious. I overthink things a lot. I've wasted a lot of time overthinking and trying different things. And I think it all stems from the egoistic belief that I deserve results immediately. I know it sounds silly, but if you really dig deep, people tend to want things immediately. They tend to want things right away, and I've been one of those people, as much as I don't like to admit it. So yeah, I've been on a pretty consistent path of building mass and strength, right? For past year and a half or something. But then eventually something happens. I lost my job. I used to work in a pretty prestige gym, if you can say so, where they did pay me a lot. But the trick is, I got the job before I got my certificate, and I got comfortable, and I never kind of thought about the fact that I was took into the position because people saw potential in me and they expected me to finish that diploma in time. But therefore, after a while, I worked almost a year in that gym. I was pretty happy. I was working with a lot of people, helping a lot of people. But I never finished my diploma. And then they came when the wrong person in that gym asked me if I have a certificate. And I thought I'm just going to be honest and tell them how it is. And I told them that I haven't finished my diploma yet, and yep, they fired me. I lost my job, ruined me for like 2-3 months. I was like borderline depressed. I had to go back to the job I hated, and I've been like beating the bushes around for almost a year now since that point, and never been super consistent. I had periods of like where I get really into good momentum and stuff, but so basically what it all boils down to, I've been a puss this whole time. Never stayed true to myself. Always resisted hard things, even though like the reason why I never kind of went forward to finish my diploma was because I was too lazy, and I was annoyed by the fact that the education quality wasn't what I expected. So I would like, and I got the job, so I never bothered to really finish it. But at any point in time, you always need to bulletproof yourself. You always need to be ready for the worst. And the worst happened and gave me a big lesson. First lesson is, if you start something, finish it. Lesson number 2, stay consistent. And I've noticed that whenever I'm consistent for months on end, I get great results. I get great strength gain, aesthetics, you name it. I've gained like almost 10 kilos in mass for the past year. I was very skinny. I look quite skinny now. I don't really have any amazing results to show for. So the reason why I'm making this video actually is that I'm just gonna go all in now. I'm not gonna look back. I'm done with excuses. I'm just gonna get things done. And the main story, the main purpose of this video is for people who are like me, like overly anxious. Maybe you had like a bad past and you never got like good parents or good social circles that teach you these habits, skills, like how to like actually like be consistent, work, take the challenge, and think about the long term. Because in fitness, if you're thinking about getting something quick and right away, you are not gonna get anywhere. You're just gonna get wasted very, very soon. You're just gonna get eliminated, because if your mindset is not kind of stable over long, extended periods of time, if you're not willing to do things even when you don't feel like it, or when the life throws like a curveball at you, like you lose your job, for example, or something else happens, like you just need to like persevere and push through, because real actual results, you're only gonna get real tangible results if you're gonna maintain your work ethic through and throughout. And definitely I can be focused for a long time. The only thing, I need to stay focused for a longer time. So meaning when things happen, life is messy, and I take full responsibility for the time I wasted over the last, let's say, a decade. I wouldn't say I wasted, I learned a lot, but I never really monetized. I never really got really good results. And to be honest, I've been fairly lazy. I wasted a lot of time, loads of time, and a lot of time wasted, you're just not gonna get it back. But one thing for sure, the one thing for sure is that I am going to change this around. And if you are interested about staying in touch, maybe, who knows, maybe I build like a nice little community. Keep in touch, drop me a comment, tell me what is your most challenging things about your fitness journey, and whatever, maybe it's something else that you're challenged about in life. So maybe it's something you maybe you are sabotaging yourself like I do, and let's just stick together and let's find solutions. So videos like this are going to be coming just as a documentation of how I am dealing with unexpected stressful situations, unexpected things in life, and just to stay stable over the path I'm putting out for myself. I want to get back into training, coaching other people. Now with the quarantine, I can't really work in the gym because all the gyms in UK now are closed. In London, I mean, that's where I'm based. I'm from London. And until that time, I'm just gonna try to do as much as I can. I really don't like work indoors. I'm not indoors. I don't like to do like home workouts. I'm not a big fan of it. But the challenge is, get over it. I admit it. I could have stayed consistent over this time, but instead I decided to focus on something else. And yeah, I did my fair bit of learning in some other direction, but now I realize there was no reason for me to drop down training just because I was studying something else. Therefore, the whole point is we need to change it up. And I know there's a lot of people with the same type of situation like I am in, that we lose focus, we lose motivation and all that stuff, but we need to realize it's not all about motivation. It's not about how you feel. It's about getting stuff done, and that's it. Just move on. And I know 100% how it feels to sabotage yourself for years and years and years on end, and then you think about it, you feel ashamed. It's a big, massive burden, but there's no point on dwelling on why you failed. So therefore, I have a good plan ahead of me. Soon gonna go back to my day job until I get my chances to get back in the gym and work as a PT or a group exercise instructor and actually help people. But in the meantime, I'm gonna produce content like this, where we're gonna talk about difficult questions, try to find solutions to difficult questions. And if you personally have any questions or ideas you want to share about, just please do so in the comments down below. I would really appreciate that. Let's start a discussion maybe, if you care about that. And yeah, let's just change the game around, build a nice habits, wake up early, get the food in, get the workouts done, keep my training log so I know when I'm progressing, and I'm just gonna keep updating, and eventually day by day I'm gonna chip it away and until I'm gonna get good results. That's the point, the best results I can get. So stay tuned if that's something you're interested about. So the answer to the question of the title of this video is probably why we don't get real results is because we don't fight the fight which actually matters. We lose our track. We lose our discipline. We lose the focus. So it's mostly in the brain. It's just all what you think about, what I think about. And I tend to lose my focus way too often. And therefore this video is a signal, it's a sign, it's an announcement for myself to stay accountable, to do my best work and share it with people and try to help as many people as I can. So if you are a type of person like me and you want to change it around, follow along, please. For now, I'm out. I'm done with this talk and let's see what happens. Now, not let's see what happens. Let's make things happen, That's a better way to put these things, to put this idea forward. So let's make things happen. Let's punch through the wall. Let's not punch the wall. Let's not beat the bushes. Let's just get stuff done and move forward. So for the great results,